Good day everyone, welcome again to another episode of tax training, and today we'll discuss to you the simplified policies on the application for registration of computerized accounting system or the CAS, no? And this is under Revenue Memorandum Circular number 5-2021. But before that, I would like to say thank you po sa ating mga subscribers. Umabot na po tayo ng 9,900 subscribers. Konting-konti na lang po para sa 10,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for those who have subscribed to us. Sa mga hindi pa nag-subscribe, please subscribe to our channel, and we promise to bring you more tax updates. No? The purpose of our tax training is for you to have a better tax compliance. No? So, let's go now to the discussion ng ano ba yung bagong policies po pagdating sa computerized accounting system, pagdating sa computerized books of accounts, sa mga components, just like the middleware and another similar systems, no? Okay. So, itong Revenue Memorandum Circular po na to, ginawa ito para palitan yung iba pang mga nauna na regulations natin about computerized accounting system. So, kung mapapansin po natin, marami na tayong mga naging regulations on computerized accounting system, at isa na nga po dyan, yung Revenue Regulations 9-2009 mandating all large taxpayers to maintain a computerized accounting system. No? So, yan na po yung pinaka compliance na requirement po sa large taxpayer, dapat computerized accounting system po sila. Okay. So, ano po yung inherent po dito sa Revenue Memorandum order po na ito, no? This suspends the requirement for permit to use computerized accounting system, computerized books of accounts, components thereof, and allow their use subject to compliance requirements and certain portions of Revenue Memorandum Order number 29-2002. Itong Revenue Memorandum Order 29-2002, ito po yung nagbibigay ng procedural requirements for the computerized accounting system. At ano ngayon, nandoon na po yung permit to adopt computerized accounting system. So wala na po yung permit to use, hindi na po siya kailangan ngayon, no? So pwede na ninyong gamitin yung inyong accounting system na wala pong permit to use, no? Ano lang ang gagawin? So explain po dito sa Revenue Memorandum Order na to kung ano po yung gagawin na hindi na kailangan ng permit to use. Okay. So this revise also the procedures in the processing and approval of application for permit to adopt computerized accounting system, na inamen po niya yung RMO 21-2000 na Revenue Memorandum Order, no? So itong kasalukuyan RMO 5-2021, this refers naman to computerized accounting system, computerized books of accounts, and its components, kasama na po yung mga middleware, no? Yung mga applications na gagawin. Okay. So, ano po yung bagong policies? Okay, so ito na po. Number 1, register the system by submitting the documentary requirements stated on the checklist of documentary requirements Annex A. No? Saan niya isasubmit? Sa Revenue District Officer kung saan registered po yung taxpayer. No? So, yung BR Form number 1900, ito yung application para sa permit or permit to use ng accounting system na computerized at saka loosely books of accounts, hindi na po ito kailangan. Number 2, the system shall comply with the standards set forth under Annex B hereof. Otherwise, when discovered to have violated the said standards during post-evaluation or audit, the taxpayer shall be submitted to penalties provided under RMO 7-2015 and other existing revenue issuances. So ito po, pinareproduce ko yung RMO number 7-2015. Dito po ang mga penalties dun sa hindi nagko-comply po sa permit to use computerized accounting system, no? So, ano yung mga penalties dito? Depende po sa violations na ginagawa at saka may ibang mga violations na hindi po siya nakukompromise. Ibig sabihin, kulong lang ang penalty or closure ng business, hindi po siya na hindi po siya nakukompromise, no? Ito na, failure to have books of accounts audited, failure to register, failure to have the statement of assets, failure to keep or preserve records, no? So, yan yung mga penalties. So, depende, iba-iba po yung schedule, no? At saka depende sa violations na ginawa. Okay. So, ano yung dapat natin tandaan when it comes to penalties? Dito sa RMO 7-2015, ito po yung nagpe-prescribe ng penalties at depende po yun sa violations na ginagawa, no? Number 3, upon submission of complete documentary requirements, an acknowledgement certificate or Annex C shall be issued within 3 working days from receipt of complete documents by the RDO where the taxpayer user of the system is registered, no? So, wala na, hindi na kailangan yung permit to use. Ano na lang ang gagawin? Magsubmit na lang ng complete documentary requirements at saka acknowledgement certificate ang taxpayer at pwede na niyang gamitin yung kanyang system, no? Number 4, system demonstration or pre-evaluation shall not be required prior to the use of the system. Kasi dati, bago mo under Revenue Memorandum Order 29-2002, bago mo magamit yung system mo, kailangan muna i-evaluate, no? So, pre-evaluation, may walkthrough, titingnan yung system mo kung compliant. Ngayon, hindi na, no? Ano na lang nire-require? Post-evaluation shall be conducted by the concerned RDO to determine compliance of the system registered with the Bureau to the standards set forth in Annex B. So, anong gagawin po ng RDO post-evaluation? Hindi na yung pre-evaluation, no? All taxpayers, number 5, all taxpayers with existing permit to use computerized accounting system and computerized books of accounts and or its components shall not be required to apply for registration. The approved permit to use previously issued by the Bureau shall still be valid except for the following circumstances. So, yung mga taxpayer na dati na may permit, hindi na sila kailangan registered at kumuha ng permit, no? Kasi valid pa yung kanilang permit. Except daw, ito yung exceptions, no? Except permit to use na-revoke, no? Upon discovery of its non-compliance with existing revenue issuances during the conduct of authorized audit activity, tax compliance verification drive, or post-evaluation. So, yung permit to use, kahit meron na siya, pero na-revoke dahil nagkaroon ng violations, no? So, letter B, existence of major system enhancement or upgrade which will require the filing of new application for registration of the system. So, ano pa po na yung ating permit, kahit meron tayong valid na permit noon, kukuha pa rin ulit ng permit ngayon. Pag meron tayong enhancement or upgrade in the system, no? Kasi bakit, ano yung requirements natin even before pa itong RMO 5-2021, pag nagkaroon ka ng enhancement of the system or mag-upgrade ka, dapat kukuha ka ulit ng permit, no? Number 6, taxpayer must submit a new application for registration in case of major system enhancement, such as but not limited to any of the following. So, ito naman, enhancement ito. So, dapat kukuha ka ng application for registration ulit. Ano to? Kailan mo to dapat gawin? A, when there is change in the functionalities of the system, particularly on enhancements that will have a direct effect on the financial aspect of the system. That includes modified computations and other financial related issues that were considered, no? So may change ng functionalities on the system, no? So ano 'yun? Hindi na rin pwede yung hindi siya mag-submit ng bagong application. Kailangan mag-submit. Addition or removal of modules or sub-modules within the system that will have a direct impact on the financial aspect of the system. Ano yung mga example po ng module or sub-modules? Ito yung accounts receivable, accounts payable, payroll, no? Sub-module yan. Change in module or sub-modules, no? Depending sa system. Letter C, change in the system software version or release number that will have enhancement on the financial aspect of the system. Nang iba yung version, no, ng software. D, all other enhancement that will be deemed as major system enhancement based on the recommendation of the technical evaluators after the comparative functionalities of the old and upgraded system were presented by the taxpayer. In case a taxpayer is found to have used an enhanced upgraded system or software application without registering with BIR prior to the use of such enhanced system, the permit to use originally issued shall be automatically revoked or registration shall have no effect from the time the enhanced or upgraded system or software application is adopted by the taxpayer and may still be subjected to applicable penalty under existing revenue issuances. At ano nga po yung revenue issuances? Ito yung Revenue Memorandum Order Number 7-2015. Nandito po yung mga penalties kung ano yung mga nagiging violations, no? So, bago naman po i-impose yung penalties, i-evaluate mo na kung ano yung talaga yung nagiging violations ng taxpayers, no? In case of any minor system enhancement, user interface modification, bug fixes, performance improvements, and others, the taxpayer must submit a written notification to the registered RDO or large taxpayer office stating the specific minor enhancement of the system. No? So the detailed guidelines and procedures shall be provided regarding the registration of the system in a separate revenue issuances. So ito, since RMO, procedural pa lang po ito. Meron pang darating na separate revenue issuances or regulations. Okay. So Annex A1 of this Revenue Memorandum Order 5-2021 deals with the sworn statement, no? Ito po yung ating Annex A1. At ano po yung nakalagay dito sa sworn statement? Republic of the Philippines, Province of, City or Municipality of, no? So since sworn statement ito, I, name of authorized representative, pangalan po ng tao, the nationality, the legal age, designated as kung ano po yung position niya sa company, duly representing the name of the company or the corporation. No? So, with business address located at, do hereby voluntarily depose and say that, ano yung sinasabi? No? The software system to be adopted as the functional and technical feature description as shown in Annex A3 hereof. No? So, nandyan yung functional and technical features na pagdating na po sa post-evaluation, yan po yung titingnan, no? Ng mga evaluator ng BIR. The subject computerized accounting system or the CAS, the computerized books of accounts or the CBA, and its component, middleware, electronic storage system or ESS, complies with the applicable requirements prescribed under existing revenue issuance as declared in Annex B hereof. No? So kasama po yan sa affidavit or sworn statement na compliant po yung system. The CAS or the CBA and or its component, middleware or ESS, can produce audit trails, activity logs that can be generated and printed anytime, showing information such as stamp date and time, users who created and or updated the data, activity performed, and values of data involved. So kung mapapansin ninyo, itong mga sinasabi dito ngayon sa sworn statement, dati, bago itong memorandum na to, nandoon ito sa technical description, sino ang naglalagay ng check dito upon evaluation. Since ngayon, wala nang pre-evaluation, kaya sino ang may responsibility na tingnan yung system? Siyempre yung may-ari, no? Kaya nandyan yan sa kanyang sworn statement. Can provide archive or restore procedures. No? So yun yung feature, yun yung kayang gawin ng system. Can provide comprehensive systems documentation. No? The CAS-CBA and or its components, middleware or ESS is integrated with the effective security controls. No? So you have to specify security controls kung ano yung ginawa na security feature po ng system. There is no suppression of sale, income, and or other technical scheme within the system that may affect the correctness of the sales for purposes of taxation. No? So hindi na-alter po yung sales once na pumasok na sa system. The target system implementation date shall be on. Kailan? No? So sino maglalagay niyan? Yung gumawa po ng sworn statement. The system application and database backup shall be preserved for a mandatory period of 10 years pursuant to revenue regulations RR number 17-2013 as amended by RR number 5-2014. No? So yun yung the system application and database backup. No? Ito yung disaster recovery system. The system application can be accessed and viewed by revenue officers of the BAR for purposes of authorized audit activity, post-evaluation or tax compliance verification drive. So, pwedeng makita, especially itong sa TCBD or ito yung tax mapping, ano yung titingnan nila dito sa system, especially kung yung system nyo nag-i-issue yan ng resibo, no? So, titingnan niya ng nagmamapping. The company as a user of the software system shall be responsible to provide the BAR with sales and other financial data from the software system relevant and necessary in the conduct of the audit. Post-evaluation or TCBD shall require its software provider to assist in extracting the required data as deemed necessary. In case of violation of existing rules and regulations, I hereby undertake to face any legal sanctions and pay corresponding penalties thereof as provided for under the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 as amended and relevant issuances. No? So I hereby declare under the penalties of perjury that the foregoing attestations are true and correct. So naka-highlight po saka in bold letters, capital letters yung penalties under the perjury. No? So mape-penalize pagka hindi correct yung mga sinasabi po dito sa statement. So this will be signed by the authorized representative, signature over printed name, the tax identification number, and then acknowledged and then notarized by the notary public. No? So yun po yung annex natin. So next naman po na i-discuss ko sa inyo is the Annex A2. Ano po itong Annex A2? Ito naman yung joint sworn statement. No? Ano to? Ito yung joint sworn statement that the system or software will be outsourced. No? Kasi in-outsource mo, so meron kang service provider. No? So, Republic of the Philippines, province of, city or municipality of, and then the name of the affiant or the nationality of legal age designated as, ilalagay po dito kung anong posisyon, duly representing or name of the company ng corporations kung pangalan ng taxpayer, no? The user of the computerized accounting system and or its components thereof with business address located at engage in ano yung line of business and existing under business name with VAT or non-VAT registered or TIN referred to as the taxpayer claimant. So itong mga information na to, saan po natin to kukunin? Sa Certificate of Registration po ng taxpayer sa BIR. With VAT or non-VAT registration or tax identification number referred to as the service provider. So, sino yung gumawa nitong affidavit na to? The service provider o yung nag-provide ng account ng computerized accounting services to the taxpayer. No? So, ito naman yung kanilang sworn statement. Though hereby voluntarily depose and say that as taxpayer client shall be responsible to have the system be registered with BIR prior to its use. So sila yung may responsibility na ipa-register yung system. Name of user o yung client, contracted the services of name of the developer, service provider for the indicate service to be rendered to the taxpayer, and will use the CAS or CBA and or its components or middleware ESS all developed by the latter. shall maintain all accounting records and other relevant financial data which can be accessed and will be made readily available to BAR as requested during audit, post-evaluation, and tax compliance verification drive. No? So, ito yung part ng affidavit po ng service provider. And then, the system or software has no suppression of sales, income, and or other technical scheme within the system that may affect the correctness of the sales for purposes of taxation. So hindi kulang yung sales na nire-report. That all reports, accounting records, and other relevant financial data shall be retained for 10-year period pursuant to Revenue Regulations number 17-2013 as amended by RR number 5-2014. No? So ito na yung archiving. Kailan mo siya i-archive? No? For how many years? No, 10 years period. Okay. Shall notify the RDO having jurisdiction over our place of business prior to the expiration, termination of contract with the developer or provider. The expiration, termination of contract shall be tantamount to the cancellation of the registration of CAS, no? Kasi pag wala na yung service provider, then wala na rin yung CAS ng taxpayer kasi tapos na yung kontrata. As the service provider shall provide the service to the client for the indicate service to be rendered into the taxpayer and will use the CAS or CBA and or its component or middleware or ASS with its functional and technical features or description as shown on Annex A3 hereof. No? The system software complies with the applicable requirements prescribed under existing revenue issuances. So ano pa yung sworn statement dito ng service provider? Shall not in any way allow the system software to have sales, income suppression, and or other technical scheme within the system that may affect the correctness of the sales for purposes of taxation. So hindi na di-distort yung total ng sales, no? So the CAS or CBA and or its components middleware, ESS can produce audit trails, activity logs with substantive compliance, no? Kaya dito pa lang sa mga affidavit, malalaman mo na compliant yung system. Produce standard audit file, provide archive, restore procedures, and provide comprehensive system documentation. No? The CAS or the CBA and or its components or middleware or ESS is integrated with effective security controls. Specify security controls. As developer or provider, we shall provide the taxpayer client the access to its books of accounts and other accounting records anytime during business hours except when the contract is terminated. The system software database backup shall be preserved for a mandatory period of 10 years pursuant to Revenue Regulations number 17-2013 as amended by RR number 5-2014. Authorized revenue officers of the BAR shall be provided with access to view and provide data records that may be requested for purposes of authorized audit, post-evaluation of the CVD. No? Both of us, ito na, dalawa na sila. Covenant po kasi ito, no? So, dalawa na sila. Both of us, the taxpayer client and the service provider, shall be responsible to assist the BAR in the extraction of sales and other financial data from the software or system that is relevant and necessary in the conduct of the audit, post-evaluation, or TCVD. Okay, another is shall not make any change, upgrade, or enhancement on the original system or software without prior or written notification to the concerned RDO. Shall be presumed to have knowledge in the event that sales, income, suppression shall be found in the system or software during audit, post-evaluation, or TCVD, and shall face any legal sanctions and pay corresponding penalties thereof as provided for under the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 as amended and other relevant issuances in case of violations thereof. So, ano yung violations na sinasabi natin kanina? Saan manggagaling? Yung pinaka-latest na sinasabi dito, yung ito yung sinabi ko sa inyo na pinareproduce ko sa inyo, the Revenue Memorandum Order number 7-2015 po, no? Diyan manggagaling yung penalties na impose sa violations, no? We hereby declare under penalty of perjury that the foregoing attestations are true and correct to the best of my knowledge. So, dalawa sila po na pipirma dito, the service provider and then the taxpayer, no? So, signature over printed name, the taxpayer user, and the signature over printed name by the system software developer provider, no? And then there is the TIN or the tax identification number, no? And then they should be subscribed, no? With the notary public, no? So, ibig sabihin, notarized po siya dapat. Okay, so that is all for the Annex A2. Now, let's go to the next attachment, no? Annex 3. Okay, so ano naman po itong Annex 3? This is the next attachment to the computerized books of accounts or computerized accounting system. So, our discussion for Annex A3 is the summary of system description, commercial invoices or receipts, documents, description, forms, records, and report specification. Bakit report specification po to? Ito na yung end product po ng system, no? Ito na yung kailangan ng BAR as a way of monitoring the sales and performance of the taxpayer, no? So we have here the information about the taxpayer, the registered name, the address, tax identification and branch code, and then the registered RDO, no? And then part 1 is the software or system description. We have all software or core system if applicable, and we have the software name, version number, release number, and or date. So this is the current software used by the taxpayer. Main or new software core system to be used, the software name, version number, release number, and or date, type of software, database platform and version number, software provider's name, software provider's address, TIN, and branch. So, not indicate whether the system software is in-house, developed, imported, off-the-shelf, or customized, and others, no? So, hindi na pinapaspecify. Part 5 is the list of system-generated accountable forms. Documents with approved serial number and or mutually issued receipts or invoices. No? So, letter A, system-generated forms or documents. Okay. There should be a separate matrix for head office and each of the branches if applicable. So, ito yung tinatawag na segmented financial statement based on head office and or branches. No? So, main software or core system, we have the nature of the form document, we have the prefix or suffix, range of serial numbers, no, from to internal or external document with printable form, yes or no, module used to generate the globally used series, yes or no, and then the description, no. Note, list all documents with series ranges generated in the system and nows and rows if necessary, indicate in A if not applicable. Okay. Components or middleware interfacing software or system. If for applications with any other system link integrated with the core system being evaluated. So name of form or document, and then the prefix or the suffix, the range of serial numbers, no, running digits only from to. And then we have the internal or external documents. We have the with printable form, yes or no. And then the module used to generate, then the globally used series, yes or no, and then the description. Okay. Note, list all documents with series ranges generated in the system. Add rows if necessary, or indicate in A if applicable. Manually issued forms or documents, name of form or document. Internal or external documents with authority to print, yes or no. Okay. Since manually yan, issued forms, yes, no? May authority to print, yes. Yes, dapat. Note, all rows, if necessary, indicate NA if not applicable. Okay, Part 6, list of approved books of accounts, financial statements, BA forms, and other accounting records and methods of record keeping. No? So, ito yung mga books of accounts natin. Books of accounts, description, and then method, manual, or electronic. No? So, to be maintained, generated at the head office, to be maintained, generated at the branches, no, if applicable. Note, add rows if necessary, indicate NA if not applicable. No? Number 2, state if the books of accounts are maintained in a centralized or decentralized manner. And number 3, if these are branches, state the books of accounts that will be maintained or generated in such branch or branches using the matrix above. No? So, components, middleware, interfacing software system, the software name, the version number, the release number, and or date, type of software, database platform, and version number, software provider's name, software provider's address, TIN and branch code, link, not linked to the core system. Note, indicate whether the system software is in-house developed, imported, off the shelf, or customized. So, yan ang pwedeng pagpilian. Okay, so part 2, list of branches that will use the software system. So, we have the branch name, the branch code, the registered address, the modules to be used. No? Note, add rows or if necessary, indicate NA if no branch will use the system. Part 3, list of modules per software and system. Old software, core system, name and version number, list of modules or description. Okay. So, main or new software, core system, name and version number, list of modules or description. No? All rows, if necessary, indicate specific modules to be used by the branch, if any. Components, middleware, interfacing software, system, name and version, list of modules and description. All rows, if necessary, indicate specific modules to be used by the branch, if any. So, part 4, description of point of sale to be used, no, kung mayroong point of sale machines. No? Applicable POS server. Machine details, software name and version, machine identification number or the MIN, permit to use PTU or number, and then the machine setup. No? So, all rows, if necessary, initiate NA if not applicable. Identify machine setup, stand-alone, link to server, global link to server, decentralized, or stand-alone with server consolidator. No? So, terminal details, machine details, brand, mode, serial number. All rows, if necessary, indicate NA or not applicable. So, financial statements, we have description, method, manual, or electronic. Number 1, to be generated at the head office. Ito yung anong klase ng financial statements na pwedeng i-generate sa national office or sa head office. And then number 2, to be generated at the branches if applicable. And then you have the method also, or manual or electronic. Notes. Number 1, add rows if necessary, indicate NA if not applicable. No? And number 2, if there are branches, state the financial statements that will be generated in such branch or branches using the matrix above. Okay. So, itong matrix, madali lang po siya fill up, and sundan lang natin kung anong information na hingi bawat boxes. Okay, letter A, other accounting records or reports. No description, then a method, manual, or electronic. Number 1, to be generated at the office, at the head office. No? So, nakalagay dyan kung ano. Number 2, to be generated at the branch or branches if applicable. Note 1, list all documents and or report used by the company. Number 2, add rows if necessary, indicate NA if not applicable. And number 3, if there are branches, state the accounting records or reports that will be generated in such branches using the matrix above, no? So letter B, system generated forms if applicable, no? The description, and then the method, manual versus electronics. Add rows if necessary, indicate NA if not applicable. If withholding tax certificate, state if signature is manual or e-signature or digital signature, and the manner of transmission of the certificate to the income recipient, manual, email, and others. Part 7 is the server specification or technical infrastructure. Also, we have the hardware serial number. We have the hardware brand or model. We have hardware type, server or PC or others. We have processor capacity. We have storage capacity, date acquired, date installed, the location, type of connectivity, no? Please list the line. No, ito yung mga connectivity natin sa iba-ibang service providers. Okay. Major application. Note, add rows if necessary, indicate NA if not applicable, align information as declared on the technical checklist. Cloud-based data retention or retrieval, preservation, hardware network maintenance, in-house or outsource, service and maintenance agreement, then maintenance service provider. No? So note, add rows if necessary, indicate NA if not applicable, align information as declared on the technical checklist, supply the provider if through subscription. Part 8 is the backup procedures and disaster recovery plan. So kung titingnan nyo, lahat po na nasa annexes ngayon, nandoon dito dati sa RMO 29-2002 on the requirements po on how to adapt computerized accounting system. No? So for this part 8, we have the backup procedure and discovery plan. No? So backup procedure, backup frequency, daily, weekly, monthly, or annually. Automated or manual external media used can be USB, CD, DVD, HD, and others. Restoration procedures. Restoration procedure and time frequency within which reports and accounting records can be stored for BIR audit purposes. Retention period or time frame. Physical location of backup media on-site within the office vicinity and or off-site outside the office vicinity. No? So, yun yung backup. Dapat outside yan sa office vicinity. Okay? So, this is an information which is again punishable under the penalties of perjury. No? So, it should be signed by the taxpayer authorized representative. In case of joint sworn statement, dalawa din po silang magpa-file, no? At pipirma, the client and the software or developer provider. Okay? So that's all for Annex 3. Now let's go to the next annex, no? We have Annex B, no? Okay. So for the Annex B, ito yung standard functional and technical requirements, no? On the use of the computerized accounting system or CAS, computerized books of accounts and or its components, including the electronic storage system, ESS middleware, and other similar system. No? So ito na yung technical requirements. No? So, put a check in the box column if not applicable. If compliant, cross or X. If not compliant, or NA on the remarks. No? So, yun. Description, nakalagay dyan kung complied ba, and then the remarks. No? So, description number 1, the system generates receipts or invoices, and the serial number is generated from the system. The following information must be reflected on the face of the system-generated principal and or supplementary receipt or invoices. No? the seller's registered name. Okay, so complied. Specify if sales invoice or official receipt or both, no? Kasi ang resibo po pwedeng manual, pwede ring computer generated or system generated or system na po yung nag-i-issue na resibo, pwede din po yun, no? Letter B, seller's business name or business style if any. And then letter C, seller's registered address where the machine will be used, no? Letter D, phrase VAT registered TIN or non-VAT registered TIN, whichever is applicable, followed by the nine-digit taxpayer identification number or TIN with 5-digit branch code of the seller, whichever is applicable. Yan po yung information na nasa resibo. And then we have the serial number of the receipts or invoices printed prominently with minimum of 6 running digits, padded with zeros or leading zeros are shown. Define the numbering convention if applicable and indicate the number of running digits in the remarks column, no? So yun yung serial number ng invoices or receipts. Bakit sabi nila na running digits? Kasi sunod-sunod po yan, no? And then date of transaction, no? It is very crucial, the date of transaction. Kikita po yan sa face ng receipts. And then letter G, a space provided for the customer or buyer, details as follows. Buyer's registered name, no? Nakalagay dyan. The buyer's registered address. Bakit nakalagay? Kasi di po ba kailangan ito sa ating... Kasi kung baga sa sanga-sanga itong ating compliance, nagko-comply tayo sa resibo, kasi nagko-comply tayo doon sa requirements ng VAT at saka sa mga sales invoice kung non-VAT tayo, no? So, bakit kailangan itong buyer's registered name? Kasi gagawa tayo ng summary list of sales and purchases. Pati yung buyer's registered address, the TIN, the branch code. Pag pina-comply tayo doon sa mga reporting requirements, kailangan po natin. Kaya dapat sa source documents pa lang habang gumagawa tayo ng resibo, itong mga information na to, nandyan na kasi doon natin kukunin pag gumawa na tayo ng ibang report, no? So there is also the buyer's business name, the business style if any, and then nakalagay dyan yung quantity, no, ng goods kung especially kung merchandise business, no? And then the description of items sold or goods or nature of services rendered, the unit cost suggested retail or SRP for sale of goods, no, nakalagay dyan sa sales invoice. And then the total cost or the amount. And then the VAT amount if the transaction is subject to 12% VAT. So, ibig sabihin lang, itong nandito sa system should comply with the invoicing requirements. Kaya nga po, napaka-importante na yung mga technical descriptions is being followed kasi sanga-sanga yung ating mga regulations. So, dapat yan na kukomply po ng system. Letter M, if taxpayer is engaged in mixed transactions, the amount involved shall be broken down to the following, no? We have VATable sales, we have the VAT amount, we have VAT exempt sales, we have zero rated sales, and then the word exempt must be prominently shown on the face of the receipts or invoices for taxpayers whose transactions are not subject to both VAT and percentage tax, no? Then put check in the box, no? If compliant, cross. If not compliant, or NA on the remarks column if not applicable. Oh, so yan ang ilalagay po natin sa box. Ano yung ilalagay natin sa box? Check kung nakakapag-comply tayo. If compliant, cross kung hindi compliant, or not applicable. Okay, so description, complied, and then the remarks. 4 transactions related to senior citizen, no? So kasama po yung senior citizen dito. Bakit? Kasi may compliance tayo na pag senior citizen, exempt po siya sa VAT, no? So person with disability, same also with the senior citizen. The following details or information must be reflected on the system-generated receipts or invoices if applicable. Senior citizen, the PWTIN, if any, and then we have the OSCA or senior citizen ID number and the PWD ID number, no? Meron tayo niyan. And then we have the senior citizen or PWD discount showing detailed breakdown of the 20% and 12% VAT exemption or 5% discount, whichever is applicable. Provision space for the signature of the senior citizen or PWD. The following information must be printed at the bottom portion of the receipts or invoices. No? Acknowledgement certificate and date issued. No? And then the series range to be used. The phrase, this invoice receipt indicate whichever is applicable shall be valid for 5 years from the date of acknowledgement or certificate for principal receipt or invoices only. So, just like with the manual receipts, nakalagay din po yan sa baba na valid lang po yung resibo for 5 years. And then the phrase, this document is not valid for claim of input tax, in bold letters, conspicuously printed on all supplementary receipts or invoices, or purely exempt transactions. No? So, kasi yung mga exempt transactions, wala pong input yan. Kaya hindi po valid yung resibo for claim of input tax. The word reprint must be reflected on the face of the receipts or invoices for duplicate or subsequent printouts, similar template and content. So, nakalagay yan na reprint. Kasi isa lang po yung piniprint ng system na original. Once it is issued, yung sunod na pag-print, nakalagay na dyan reprint. The system-generated books of accounts must reflect the mandatory fields stated on Revenue Regulations number 9-2009. No? So, ito yung 9-2009 na 2009 pa po na regulations to. Ito yung mandated that the large taxpayer should maintain a computerized accounting system. No? Such as but not limited to the following: General Journal. So, ano tong mga mandatory fields or information na dapat meron ang General Journal? So, there should be a date, the reference, brief description or explanation of the transactions, no? Account title or account code if chart of accounts master file is available, and then the debits and the credits. Okay, so ito po yung sample, no? General ledger naman, kailangan yung date, the reference, no? And then the description, the brief description or the explanation, the account title or account code if chart of accounts master file is available, then lagyan po natin, and then the debits and the credits, no? So for the sales journal, we have the date, customer's TIN, the customer's name or customer code if customer master file is available, and then the address, not necessary if customer master file is available. Bakit not necessary? Kasi nasa customer master file na po yung address. No? And then mandatory field din po, description, reference document number, sales invoice number, and then the amount, the discount, VAT amount or output tax, and then the net sales. No? And then we have the purchase journal, the date, supplier's TIN, supplier's name or vendor's code if vendor master file is available, address not necessary if vendor master file is available kasi nandun na siya sa master file, no? And then the description, the reference document number, sales invoice number, the amount, discount, what amount, input tax, net purchases. And then we have the inventory book, no? So tamang-tama to kasi kasama po to sa mga bookkeeping, yung free bookkeeping po natin na seminar. So kasama po to kasi meron pa tayong free bookkeeping this end of January. So kasama po to sa i-discuss din natin on the inventory book. And also, reminder na rin natin because we have our list of inventory to be submitted on January 31 of this year. Yun po yung ending inventory natin ng December 31 na 2020. So, kung meron po kayong inventory book, doon yun manggagaling yung inventory natin. And inventory book, ito yung laman ng computerized system natin. Why? Kasi meron dapat na inventory book, especially if merchandising tayo, no? So, for the inventory book, the mandatory fields are date, product name or product code if product description or master file is available. And then we have the description, we have the unit, we have the price per unit, and then we have the amount. No? And the number 4, the system reflects the following in the printout and electronic copy of the books of accounts. So financial statements and other system-generated reports. Okay, so put check in the box, no? So kung pagka-compliant, the same din po yung instruction. So description, a taxpayer's registered name, registered address where such reports are generated, the phrase VAT registered name or non-VAT registered TIN, whichever is applicable, followed by the 9-digit taxpayer identification number with 4-digit or 5-digit branch code of the seller. So lagyan ninyo dyan kung complied siya, and then kung meron pa kayong explanation, idagdag po ninyo sa remarks, no? So we have the software name and version number, username, ID of the one who generated the report, date and time stamped when the report was generated. The system is capable of saving books of accounts, financial statements, and other system-generated reports in .csv or .file format in compliance with RR number 16-2006. Ano naman po itong RR 16-2006? Ito yung regulations that requires or informs the taxpayers kung ano yung klase ng mga files ang isasubmit niya during the audit or investigation by the BIR. Next is the number 6. The system can send sales data or information to the Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR in relation to the issuance of system-generated receipts or invoices or e-receipts, e-invoices on the format mandated by BIR. The system database or backup can be preserved for a mandatory period of 10 years pursuant to RR number 17-2013 as amended by RR number 5-2014. The system generates an audit trail or activity log showing all the transactions and other activities performed within the system that can be printed. No? So ito po yung mga technical descriptions po na kailangan sagutin natin sa system. The system can generate the following BIR withholding tax certificates. No? Ito naman sa withholding. So dapat compliant din po dito yung system. BIR Form 2306 or Certificate of Final Tax Withheld at Source. BIR Form 2307 or Certificate of Creditable Tax Withheld at Source, and BIR Form 2316 Certificate of Compensation Payment or Tax Withheld for Compensation Payment with or without tax withheld. And then specify how the system-generated withholding tax certificate is transmitted to the employees or payees under the remarks column. The complete audit trail of the system must have the following functionalities. The system controls the receipt numbering. The system generates the posting date of the receipt transaction as the date it entered into the system. The transaction can be avoided but not modified once posted. So dapat ganun po yung feature ng system natin, no? So ito yung technical description. Dapat pag nag-check box mo dito, check, kasi kung naka-X, questionable pa yan, baka hindi ka compliant, no? So the run date is the date the report was generated. Users are prevented from editing data within system-generated reports. Bawal po mag-edit, no? At saka dapat yung may mga cancellation, no? Nag-void tayo ng transactions, dapat nakalag din po yan sa system. Okay. The system prevents users from having the capability to override edits within computer programs. Each transaction record is stamped with the user ID of the individual that created the transaction, and the system automatically totals and double checks, cross-checks, totals of all accounts, transactions, and report an out of balance condition or incorrect computation of transaction. The system security framework must meet the following. No? There is a standard procedure and approval in securing access for users. Users are restricted from being active on multiple terminals at the same time with the same user identification code. User identification codes are deactivated after unsuccessful attempts to sign on the computer. Password is required to be changed every 30 days. So, ganyan po ang sistema. Every 30 days, change yung password. Users other than system administrators and security administrators are prevented from accessing sensitive operating system or commands. So, password required a combination of alphabetic and numeric characters. Users are prevented from accessing accounting information except through authorized transactions within the system. User access rights can be eliminated or revised upon termination of employment and transfer of employer responsibility. Computerized audit trails are protected from modification and destruction. Server rooms and data centers are kept locked and access controlled with an authentication mechanism. Server rooms and data centers are equipped with air conditioning. No? Kasi masisira yung computer pag mainit. No? Server rooms and data centers are protected against power failure and fire. Kaya dapat fireproof, no? Specify how the server rooms and data centers are protected under the remarks column. Server rooms and data centers cables are properly installed under the floor or into the walls and not left on the floor, no? Kaya yung atin dito, hindi ito pasado. Kasi yung mga cables, nandyan lang sa sahig, no? Unused network connection points are disabled, no? All incoming dial-up users, a strong password authentication system, yes. Remote accesses via internet are encrypted. Accesses to external networks are occurring over a firewall and the same are monitored and audited. These are the security features na po of the system, no? Kaya dapat nakapag-comply yung system natin dito. And then, the application access is protected with an authentication mechanism. Database record modifications is flagged for critical applications. For adjustment to sales or revenue, the following must be available within the system. No, there is a mechanism within the system that enables the adjustment to sales or revenue, such as supplementary documents generated and issued to other parties, specify the process and the document that will be used or generated under the remarks column, and the supplementary documents must have a unique serial number or specify the numbering convention under the remarks column, no? So yung mga supplementary documents. Iba pa yung primary documents, no? Iba pa yung secondary documents, iba pa yung supplemental documents. They are both may mga serial number na dapat nakikip track din po ng system, no? And then at the bottom, if this is accomplished by, in case of a sworn statement, name of taxpayer or applicant or representative, signature over printed name, and then the date. In case of joint to sworn statement, taxpayer user, signature over printed name or the TIN, and then the system software developer or provider, no? So yung system software developer provider is also a signatory to this technical description. Why? Kasi sila talaga yung nakakaalam, kasi sila yung may gawa ng kanilang system, no? And then the TIN or the task identification number. So next we have the Annex C, no? So ano po itong Annex C? This is the acknowledgement certificate, no? So example, no? There is a control number, date issued, and then the taxpayer details, the tax identification number, name of the taxpayer, the registered address, and the system software details. Ito yung pag revenue district office or pag large taxpayer district office, depende kung sino yung mag-i-issue. Type of application, type of software, software name, version number, release number. Okay, so nakalagay po dito, this is to acknowledge the receipt of the complete documentary requirements submitted by the above-mentioned taxpayer for the use of the aforesaid software or system effective blank based on the provisions of Revenue Memorandum Circular Number and other existing revenue issuances, no? So any system enhancements, modifications, and or upgrade of the aforesaid system shall require a formal written notification to the Registered Revenue District Office or RDO together with the required documents mentioned under RMC number and comparative matrix for the changes of the current and upgraded system. Summary of branches that will use the above declared system, if any, and system generated or manually prepared commercial invoice or receipts, document, description, forms, records are hereby listed in the attached as an integral part of this acknowledgement certificate. So this is acknowledged by, and then there should be a signature of a printed name, can be the Revenue District Officer kung saan office po siya pinareceive, the Large Taxpayer Assistance Division on the Large Taxpayers District Office. And then we have the summary of branches, no? Sino to mga summary of branches na to? And commercial invoice or receipts or document, description of the forms or records, no? So we have here the taxpayer registered name, we have the registered address, the TIN and branch code, we have the registered RDO, the accreditation number, the date issued, and then we have the list of branches that will use the software or system, the branch name, branch code, registered address, modules to be used, no? Kasi pwede na yung modules na gamitin ng branches, iba po kaysa sa head office, no? So, note, add rows if necessary, indicate NA if no branch will use the same system. Part 2 is the list of system-generated accountable forms or documents with approved serial numbers and or manually issued receipts or invoices, no? So, we have system-generated forms or documents for the head office. Name of forms of documents, the prefix or suffix, the range of serial numbers, from to, internal or external documents, no, with printable form, yes or no. Module used to generate globally used service, series or year number, and then the description. For the branches, we also have the name of form or document, the prefix or suffix, the range of serial numbers, running digits only. From to, we have the internal or external document with printable form, yes or no, the module used to generate globally used series, yes or no, or the description. Why globally used series? Because there are some taxpayers na having their operations worldwide and they are using these reports on a worldwide basis. Letter B is the manually issued forms or documents, no? So we have the name of form or document, we have the internal or external document with authority to print, yes or no. And then we have the add rows if necessary, indicate not applicable if not applicable. And this should be signed by the Revenue District Officer or the Large Taxpayers District Office, wherever the taxpayer is registered, no? So this is our discussion for Revenue Memorandum Circular Order number 5-2021 for the requirements of the computerized accounting system. So thank you very much and